Is it time?
Yeah, it's 10 on the dot.
10 on the dot. Oh, people coming in. People coming in. Hey, hey. Good morning. Got 10 people on. I like it. I think this is gonna be a well-attended meeting. And people are gonna flood in the next 15 minutes when I get done saying all my good stuff. I'm gonna say all my good stuff, but nobody's gonna hear it. Ah. Let's see. I know Oscar's here.
Oscar is here.
Don't know where Jerry's at. It's not my turn to watch him. Not sure about goalie. Goalie's closing the deal out for our team today, so she has permission to not be here. Like, so when I see her, like, she just needs to have my checks. We're good. Is Joey on?
No, not yet.
Yeah, Joey's a slacker. Joe,
Good morning.
how are you doing, sir?
Great, sir.
Everybody's gonna flood in at the last few minutes.
That was good
Joe,
for
was your birthday yesterday?
every day.
Every day.
So are we gonna get cake today?
You know what, I have no idea what happened to the cake.
Oh, man, I was hoping. I walked in, I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Baked.
Being baked, yes.
Good morning, good
We
morning.
have a custom Persian bakery working on your cake right now. The
So-
finest artesian craftsmen in the baking field are working on a cake for you right now.
You know.
And when I say all of that, I mean Rob's.
Okay, oh, yeah, I should have ordered a tuxedo cake to come.
That's,
We have treats coming.
We do?
Yes, we have cake. Well, I know there's a cake coming.
there we go.
Excellent.
All right, we're gonna get this party started, let everybody kind of roll in. I know some people are on Zoom until they get here, which is cool. Is this on?
Yes.
It's on, okay. May 22nd, 2024, we're almost halfway through the year. I'm excited about that. No, I'm excited, crazy. I broke it. I broke it. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, tell us something good. So let's get the party started with talking about something positive that's happening. It can be a win. It can also be a loss. Like if you lost at something and something happened that was negative that can help the group, that's something that we can talk about too. So positive, anything positive that's happened last week, business or personal? Anybody? Yes, sir, in the back?
Friday, we hit a very good milestone in US economy, the Dow hit 40,000, which is really amazing.
40,000.
Yes.
So if you own stocks, you're probably doing pretty good.
No, I know, it's just like, and I'm just saying it from economic
Yeah.
standpoint of view, so hopefully the money will dribble into real estate.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, the funny thing is that there's so many things that have to do with our economy, that one thing, I don't even think anybody knew that happened.
What happened?
That's
The Dow, was it the Dow?
Dow Jones
The Dow Jones hit
Yeah,
over 40,000, which is the first time that's ever happened. I mean, you think that's like a really good thing, but they're still not building more homes. So I don't know what to do with that whole thing. But yeah, that's a good one. What else? Something positive or something good? Yes, sir, what do you got?
Lease a property yesterday.
Listed a property yesterday. Congratulations. Tell us about the property.
It's actually a different owner from a different lot,
Yep,
and it's also in Glendale.
you're becoming the Glendale king. I love it.
And I guess people had it. I just, same thing what I did with the last one, I just go to the house and ask them to go inside.
You just went to the
And
house.
keep going until like.
Yeah. And how many, so
He
you,
tries like three tries,
3 tries.
2 tries.
That's a pretty good percentage. Like you're in the Baseball Hall of Fame and with that type of percentage, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
I like it.
Listed for rent or sale?
Oh, no. for sure.
Land. Oh, land.
Yes, sir. What do you got in the back?
Something just general to share, as I'm working with the new construction, it again was delayed a week or so, it just that I have been visiting the properties to see what conditions there are, and I was involved in the staging and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then it's just remember, it's good for you to be involved in the staging from day one. So you can give your input to the staging company and the homeowner. And there were some issues. I was there for the staging. I noticed that, some of the furnitures were not up to date or whatever. So, and the owners, they usually don't know much. So I was there to tell, hey, this furniture not gonna work, we paying you, 15 grand, you can bring better furniture here.
Yeah,
And there were some other issues. Then I went, the general knowledge was like, I looked at the fireplace, I see that there's no remote for the fireplace, and there's no place to have the gas on and off. So I'm asking, I don't see something here. So this is, well, I don't know where the remote for the fireplace is. And so, well, besides that, there should be a gas camera on and off. And then after talking to the contractor and all that, we noticed that the tile person covered that hole.
Happens all the time.
that happens all the time. You know, one of my pet peeves is like when somebody paints a house, they paint the hinges.
Yeah.
Like the hinges,
Oh.
the walls are like the same color. I'm like, seriously, what city am I in right now? That's crazy. Like Joey just got activated. I heard that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but that's my pet peeve too. I hate it.
Then you cannot open the window.
Right, paint the window shut. Classic. That's
So, these are some of the takeaway that, when you have to be involved, in this stuff, you don't leave it only to the owner to do, even
Yeah.
that he is paying for it, and be involved, go in there, check on the construction, see what's going on. And that has, we are at least 1 or 2 weeks behind because of all these small things that,
Yeah.
has.
So that's something I'm gonna talk about today, is that when you're in a transaction, like part of why you're being used and why the person is hiring you is you have to bring some type of value. Because overall, when it comes to being a realtor, like we all do the same thing, like there's nothing that we all don't do that's the same thing. It's what can you do to elevate yourself for the experience of your client. So that's actually a very, very good point. So thank you for that, Joe.
The other one, we went
Yeah.
to there's 2 properties that being, and that also being staged. We went to the rooftop and there should be the patio furniture, and this is again the same issue. He brought some old beat up furniture on the roof, and
Who are you using?
2 different companies, and they both were screwing up. So we have to again tell them, listen, this doesn't
I have a
work.
joke I'm gonna make, but it's not gonna be recorded and I'll tell you later. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, that was.
Very good. Anything else? Something positive, something good. So I'm gonna talk about this in the team meeting.
Hey, I got something. Hey, Frank,
Yes, sir.
could you hear me?
Hear you.
I
We
just
all hear
wanted I just wanted everybody to know that Frank was acknowledged last month for being in the top 20 of the whole company. I think we were number 17 in the whole company for net recruiting. So I just wanted to acknowledge you and tell you it was a great job and make sure everybody else knew of your accomplishments.
you. I appreciate that, Joey. You're the best.
No, I don't know about that, but I do the best I can.
That was cool. That was cool. So one of the things that happened to Tracy and I is that we got a call, we had a seller in Saugus do some research on the area because he's thinking about selling his house, and he ended up calling us because we had a bunch of sales in the area, and he ended up calling a bunch of other people. We didn't know who he called, and we ended up going on the listing appointment. It worked out really well. He ended up telling us a few of the people that he was interviewing, including us, which happened to be the #1 agent at 3 different companies, which these agents are like massive agents. Like we're talking about hundreds of millions in sales. Like not like we're not even close to that. And we ended up beating them all. And so we ended up getting the listing yesterday. And so we're super excited about that. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that I think were the reasons that happened today during the team meeting, but that's something positive on my end. Anybody else before we move on to the next thing? Something positive, something good. All right, going once, going twice.
So just to let you know, yesterday Shoku and I, so I went to a bakery of mine that I go,
Uh-huh.
and the guy is in there and doing well, and last week I told him, hey, it's time to buy, why are you renting? I tell everybody this, even yesterday I was on the phone with AAA and I was telling the guy, you need to buy. I just need to learn how to flip them into my contacts and for me to buy them or refer them out. So I went to his mom, the mom is the owner, and I said, you guys need to buy. She's like, yeah, we've been looking. I'm like, okay, we're looking in Westwood. So I came up, told Shuku, I said, Shuku, what do you have in Westwood? She's like, I have something, let me call. 30 minutes later, she brought the owner in. And then yesterday, we went and showed the property to my buyers.
Mhm.
And we're waiting on an offer.
Mhm.
That hopefully, if not that, I looked and I found another property on Westwood, so I showed them two offer, and
Nice.
hopefully we will put an offer on one of them.
Nice,
While I was waiting for my client to come,
yeah,
we door knocked two doors that were under construction, and one had just moved down the block from where I live.
nice.
I just need that motivation to keep going, but I felt like yesterday was a very good day.
Well,
We
the
have a
thing,
door knocking class coming up.
the thing that I noticed in the conversation you're having right here is that that was a lot of activity, a lot of things you were doing, and activity breeds results. So the more activity you do, like, you're not gonna get everything or everybody, but if, as long as you keep doing actions, it will absolutely help. So this is the quote of the day. One of my favorite quotes, by the way. If you wanna go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Now, I have a story with this. So this happens all the time. This is sort of one person's story, but it's really a lot of people's story. So I have an agent that joined the office. Never sold a house in their entire life, ever, 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 ever. And this is typically what happens. You come to the office and you're like, I'm so excited, I want to do something, or like, let's say you've been in the business, you haven't done anything in a while. You're like, I'm so excited, I want to, I'm like, okay, great, calm down, go do this. You go do what we tell you to do, with what our coach tells you to do, what our mentors tell you to do, what I tell you to do, you go do it, and then you come back with something. And you're like, what do I do? And like, we've got you. Now, context behind this. I think, in my opinion, for real estate in general, the biggest problem that we have, which is not enough agents are making not enough sales. Last year, the statistic was 49% of all agents did 0 to 1 deal. So that's 750,000 agents did 0 or 1 deal. So I think there's gonna be a lot of exits this year. But the reason I believe all of that's happening is that we get into this business, and most of us, the majority of agents, do not understand that you are an independent contractor. You are your own business. Yes, you're in this office. Yes, we hang your license. Yes, we're here to support and help you. But unfortunately, you do not work for me. If you worked for me, I will tell you this, we probably have less agents, but we'd make more money than any other real estate company on the planet, because I would work you guys like dogs. I'd work you. Blends into it with me. I like it. Like, I would be like, no, 9 to 5, this is what you have to do. I'd like be on top of you to make sure you guys did the things you needed to do. But that's not the way it works. You guys are your own boss. You can create your own hours, you can create your own time. You basically, I can't tell you what to do. I can advise you, I can show you what's worked in the past. But because you're your own person, you get to do what you want to do. So when you come back and you're like, hey, I've got something, what do I do? I'm like, I've got you. Now, if you've never filled out a contract, if you've never done anything in real estate and you need help, the way we give you help is that we do it through coaching, we do it through training, we do it through mentorship. But unfortunately, that comes at a cost. So if you want to go fast, you go by yourself. So you can go out right now, run and go get something and not get any help or whatever. And there's a chance, 50, 60, 75% chance you could close that deal on your own with the resources that we have. But I had an agent that I said, this is what you need to do. And she went out, she did exactly what I told her to do. And she came back very quickly within 30 days of being here with a deal. I think it was 1.5. I think it was something like that. If you remember and know who I'm talking about with that, what was, you remember what the commission was?
Actually 2.2.
2.3.
Yeah.
2.3. All right. So this
2.3
person did
2.1.
exactly what I told them to do. They came back with 2.3 million deal. First deal. That's pretty cool, right? What's the commission on that? I can't, it's so high, I can't even know it off the top of my head. Let's see here.
Significant.
Two,
It was like
3,
$45,000 commission, because I think it was
2.25.
$2.5.
$57,500. That is the equivalent of like a $30 an hour job for an entire year. Pretty cool, right? So this is what I said. I'm like, you need help. It's 2.3. It's a really big deal. You don't want to try to do this by yourself. Let me connect you with a coach. And so, just so you guys know, coaches are independent contractors. I don't employ them. They don't get paychecks from me or anything like that. And they're willing to negotiate their fee as well. And so if you have a coach that is helping you, and that person's doing 75% of the work, they're gonna want a piece of that commission. And this is what I suggest to all my coaches and all my mentors. That person's commission is going to be 25% to 50%. And so I told this person that. I said, listen, this is amazing that you did this. You're gonna have a great commission, and this is a way to build your career, but you need somebody to help you. So the next deal you get, you don't need help, or you need less help, or whatever, because we're all different. Will we agree? We're all different. So they're like, I don't want to give away my commission. I was like, you're worried about giving away something you don't even have yet, that you don't know how to get. And I'm like, I pled with her. I said, listen, I need you to work with somebody, because it's not just about the commission. It's about this thing that I think maybe you guys have heard about. It's called, I don't know, lawsuits.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys have heard about it. It's been in the news a little bit, not a lot, but so the thing is that I told them, I said, listen, the commission is only one portion, but this is like for your protection, because you're going to have, disclosures, you're gonna have all these things that are very intricate and could cost you money. I had an agent that's been in the business 10 years. I told her the story. I said, an agent that was in the business for 10 years. She did this whole contract for 1.5 million. And then she sent the counter offer out, and then she signed it all off. And then the TC came back and said, she didn't want any help. TC came back and said, I think we have a problem. You didn't check the box for the contingency form, which is basically, we accept your offer, but it's contingent on this, which was a different price, which was repairs, which was certain things. Everybody signed off on anything, but that box was not checked. That agent had to give up $25,000 of her commission, because that was the difference in price. Because the sellers were pissed and the buyers were like, sorry, not my fault. It was not an easy, it was a bad situation. And that's what help and support is here for. So let me tell you how so what do you think happened with this situation? Had a legit buyer, $2.3 million offer, like everything was laid out and ready to go. What do you guys
She
think?
lost
Huh?
it. She lost it.
Why would she lose it?
She didn't know.
Well, no, she knew what to do. I said, get that person, let him help you. Do you think the person got help or not?
No.
That's what I said.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't be telling the story of like, this was like, like she'd be up here with a little award. So they were so concerned about this. So I think this is where it ended up. I think it ended up there. Did it end up there?
Yeah, because it was a family member.
Yeah, it was even a family member. Not a nice family member, but.
Well, that's the one of the stories, but yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
just put this in a real context here. So times 0.75. So she would have walked away with about, after splits. That's what she would have walked away with. She was so concerned about the money that she was giving up to get help that she ended up losing the deal. She ended up thinking that she was smarter than she was, when she'd never closed a deal before, when she had no clue how to fill out a contract, when she had no idea. So when I say that, when I see this quote, this is what I think of. I think of this person, because this is what happened. That person became a liability. Because if somebody is not going to listen to somebody that's been in the business for 21 years, there's people in here that have been in business longer. I've been in the business 21 years. I've seen bad things. I have people in the business that went to jail because they screwed up their contract. So when I see this, I'm like, yeah, if you want to go fast, go alone, but going fast doesn't get you these things. Going fast gets you out of the business very quickly. Going far with somebody else is a lot better. What do you got over there?
I'm sorry, you remember the name of the page?
The page?
The one that she didn't check?
Yeah, yeah. It's the final page in the RPA. It's the final page in the RPA that says contingent upon the acceptance of the, yeah, it's so this is the thing, if you want to go far and you want to set your business on fire. So, and I'm gonna tell you the unique thing about this office is that we don't lock you into a contract for 12 months. And we don't say you have to use a mentor, you have to use a coach, because it's not all for everybody, I get it. But we want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do and you do it quickly and we do it in an amount of time that you can get to where you need to go and make the money you need to make. We just want to help you make money. We don't want to take money from you. If you're good and you know what you're doing, that's great. But if you ask somebody in this office to help you with the contract, to help you with the closing, to help you with the deal, we're all independent contractors here, and our time is all worth something. Especially the people that are coaching and mentoring, because these are people, I don't have people in this office that are coaching and mentoring that don't know what they're doing, that haven't closed a bunch of deals. I am very lucky to have support in this office of agents that are just massively successful and really, 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 excuse my language, know their shit. So, come on, ladies first.
I did just change my contract.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. So my coaching contract is 12 months. When we talk about locking you in a contract, it has been my experience with 15 years coaching experience that you need to be coached for your first 3 deals and or a year worth. Now, at any time, if you say, you know what, that's not working out, then we can come to that agreement. But that's, again,
Yeah.
I'm an independent contractor. That's what I charge with my VIP coaching client. It's a year. Because most new agents, 0 to 1 deal. I want you to get those first 3 deals in the first 6 months and then the contract's over. If you do what I ask you to do and we're on board and you're getting that weekly support. So, but just like Frank said, there's so much liability there and every deal is different. Every deal, 35 years later for me, every deal is different and there's a different set of circumstances and a different issue that, you know, I'm like, haven't dealt with this for a while. So, and you could lose your license.
Yeah. I mean, no, and to be honest, you could go to jail too, because I know somebody that's done it. Yes, sir.
One day I received a call from an agent, used to be with Keller Williams. And she was the landlord and the agent on a lease contract. She screwed up big time.
Yeah.
She felt like she's gonna be sued by the tenant, the applicant.
Yeah.
And then when she, after, I'm assuming there were other issues, when she went to her broker fired her. She said, take your license.
Yeah.
As of today, you're not longer with us. So she called me to go over and then maybe take over the leads and lease the property for her. And pay commission and all that, just because she don't wanna deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those, one thing that I really beg of all of you that you're doing the lease. Contract, be very careful.
Yeah.
And do not do any random things, and especially if you're also the landlord, you know. I have to repeat that many times, I get that calls all the time. But this was a situation that she was thinking of, just because of how bad she screwed up with the lease contract, and she was open to be sued by this applicant. She was thinking of selling the property, so much in fear that this tenant would not let her lease it and do whatever. That she was thinking of selling the property just so she doesn't.
Just to get rid of it. Yeah, no, so this is the thing. Our job here is to protect you as much as possible. I mean, you guys all have E&O insurance. I don't charge you up front. It's per transaction. That's to protect you and help you. And at the end of the day, I don't ask you when you join, how much money do you want to save this year? Because you're never going to save your way to $1 million, right? But can you make $1 million with Keller Williams? Absolutely. We have a book on it. But it's like, I ask you your goals. Typical goals for agents coming in is 100 grand. I want to make 100 grand. But can you make more? Absolutely. If you give me 8 deals, you close 8 deals in this office, you're going to be close to $200,000. And could you do that in your first year? Yeah, because the rookie of the year for all of Los Angeles in Keller Williams came from this office. He did $189,000. Anybody want to do that? Like, so when we give you advice and we help you out, the goal of coaching and mentorship and support in this office is that we want to pour gas on a fire and ignite your business and make it go super, super far. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We have the formula. Joe, how long have you been in real estate?
You really want.
I do really want it because it's longer than me, I think.
Same, 24.
24, 21, 24. So Joe's been in longer than me. And how long you been in business, Tammy?
It's so embarrassing, like.
It's not.
What? And the only reason why I know is because I always say over 30 years, but it's been like 35 years. Because
Come
when
on.
I was looking up.
Jerry, how are you 35, you're only 26?
I know.
But
But I started, I got my license in 1988. I was like a baby.
But see,
you know?
this is what I want to do. It's like,
So-
if you guys are not in coaching, if you do not have a mentor, if you do not have support, and you don't have any deals right now, and you want to get to your next deal, you want to get to more deals, hook up with one of mentors, and these are just two that are in the room right now. I have more. But if you want to get more and go further, you do it with somebody else. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much, it's not about you giving up 25 or even 50%. It's about what do you end up in your pocket at the end of the year. Like, if you showed up at the end of the year with 200 grand in your pocket, would you care what your split was? Yes.
Okay, so I've potential listing here in the Palisades.
Yep.
For 4.4.
Yep.
And the first thing that I'm gonna do by myself, I can't do it by myself, so I call her.
Yep.
Send her, and I tell her we're gonna go 50-50 on this one. Of whatever commission.
Yep.
Percentage is for this, and we're gonna do it together.
Yeah, and so the thing is that when you see these 10, 15, $20 million properties, there's not one agent that does that by themselves. There's a team behind them. They have help, like 100%. There's not one dude that's like, oh yeah, I got this. No. One dude can't have that. It's too big of a project. So I want to just emphasize, if you guys need help, you guys want to go far, we have the support for you. Just come talk to me. And when I tell you, even if it's 50%, you're going to walk away with something that you're going to be able to put back into your business, and you're going to be able to grow way faster than if you tried it by yourself. So, all right, that was a big quote of the day. We want to welcome Moni and Bianca Calderon to Keller Williams. Welcome. You want to stand up and introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Sade, and I'm new here, so I'm really excited to join the team.
So Sade was on the thing last week, so I just wanted to introduce her because I just saw her sitting down here. So we have a bunch of new agents that have joined us. Make sure you guys are all nice to them, at least for the first 30 days. And then you guys can haze them or whatever.
Actually, I met with Money, and she is great. And
Yes.
she's a firecracker. She's gonna do well.
She is. I think she's already got some business coming along too. So happy birthday to Bahram Kamajid and Roger Nicholson. Happy birthday, happy birthday. We have,
Something in the chat.
what do we got in the chat?
See.
Is it positive or negative? I don't know.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. Oh, Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry, classic Jerry. All right, Rich Bassani, broker moment. How are you doing, Rich?
I'm good, thank you. This is the first week that I've been back since my trip to DC for the NAR meetings, which of course the majority of the discussions were about the settlement, and how they have changed the implementation of the rule changes to August 17th. And so that is when these new rule changes will go into effect. So we still have some time to deal with the change, and CAR next month, probably around what's that Tuesday, like the third Tuesday in the month, probably around the 25th, will release the new forms and revise a whole bunch of new forms, which of course I'll go over, but that will happen next month. And as I put in my I sent out an email when I got back that they already have released a form called the Broker Compensation Advisory, which I strongly suggest that you start using for both buyers and sellers. It goes over how brokers and how agents are compensated. So it gives that background, and it's a great tool that we now have available to us, because that has already been released. So it's called the Broker Compensation Advisory. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that a big topic. I know it's a huge topic here in the Los Angeles area, but little did I know it really is a huge issue all across the nation, and that is squatters. I didn't realize that all across the nation it affects real estate sellers and real estate agents. And I think the important thing that, especially in the Los Angeles area, from what I'm hearing, is that there has to be a no trespassing sign in the window displayed. If you have a vacant property, make sure that you're displaying that no trespassing sign, because without that, law enforcement can't do anything about it. So make sure that is there. Utilize cameras whenever possible. Schedule regular drive-bys and inspections. Make the property look inhabited. Buy a couple of timers and set up lights that go on and off at different times, to make sure that it looks like people are living there. And that is important, because as we know, once a squatter gets in there, it is hard to get them out if you haven't really done your due diligence, and it can take the seller months to get them out. So that's about it for me.
Awesome. Yeah, squatters are a big issue, and it's such a big issue. I have a seller right now in Woodland Hills that he looks like he should be in the TV show Hoarders. It's really bad, and the buyer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the offer we ended up accepting on the property, the buyer's like, yeah, we need to guarantee this guy's moving, because it does not look like he's moving. And so they put in this thing to he will forfeit $20,000 if he doesn't move or whatever. It freaked him out. Don't get me wrong, but it's that's the issue in LA because of the squatter situation. There are professional squatters out there. It's a little weird, but I guess if you don't have anything else to do with your life. Thank you, Rich. That's awesome.
Sure.
All right, what else do we have here? Go to Rich Pisani's class on May 22nd.
That's today.
Today. What are you going to tell us about?
Well, I've had a request from agents, not at this office, but at another office, about real estate related legislation, what we should know about, what is Prop 13? What is Costa-Hawkins? What is that legislation that's out there that we should be made aware of? The mansion tax. You should all be aware of this legislation, and and when you get these alerts, CAR sends out red alerts. Your local association sends out alerts. You should be acting on this. You should be doing what they ask you to do, and most likely it's asking you to email your local supervisor or whatever. It doesn't take that long to do. They supply you with the email addresses. It's usually very easy to do. You should be doing that, because this affects our business and what we should know about. So that's and I have from SRA, our local GAD, which GAD stands for Government Affairs Director, who's going to be talking about this, and I think it'll be very valuable information. So that's today at 4. And while I forgot to mention in my previous talk, I wanted to have to weigh in on the discussion that you were having about new agents and mentorship and I don't know anybody who comes off of taking that test which has no practical use within our real estate business and knows how to sell real estate. I'm sorry that's they unfortunately give you no practical experience in that test. So if you're a new agent, I strongly suggest that you have somebody by your side telling you how it goes and what you need to do. Because not only can you get in trouble, I can get in trouble because my job as the broker, you practice, those of you who are salespersons, you are able to practice real estate because what do? You have to hang your license under my license. So you can't, unless you hang your license under a broker, a salesperson, you can't practice real estate. So, and my job is to supervise what you do and make sure you're doing it right. So if you're a new agent, I strongly suggest that you get somebody to work with you and help you through those first few transactions. When I started at Dilbeck, we had to have 3 transactions and one of them had to be a listing and at least one of them had to be a listing. So you got to work both sides of the fence, as they said. So I really think that that's important.
Just so everybody knows, if you don't know, that if somebody sues you, they automatically sue him. So it's like,
yeah, exactly. My name is on that lawsuit. Yes, exactly.
So
Yes.
you're never alone. He's always there with you, and you never want to be called to task by Rich. Trust me on this. I've got emails.
I can't tell you how many times I've been sued.
Yeah,
so I don't want to tell you how many times I've been sued.
So thank you, Rich. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Guys, go to this thing. And I will tell you, I had somebody text me, hey, did you hear about SB 1 blah, blah, blah? I'm like, no? Yes.
How about, I apologize, maybe I should have said it when Mr. Rich was on. Since he's the broker for so many of our offices, when a new law comes in, why don't we have an 8 o'clock meeting for like a huge group? And this is the new law, meaning like 3, 4 offices. And this way, because we may not hear about it, but if he hears about it as our leader, he should say, hey, 8 o'clock meeting on this is what's going on now.
I think it's Zoom's open to every office.
So it's open to all the offices
Yeah.
that he's in, and what he does is like with the lawsuits and all this stuff that handed out with the legislation with the broker buyer thing, like we did have a huge thing. We did do that. So it's almost by office because each office does operate individually. Like Hollywood Hills is different than me and so on and so forth. So we do that when it's warranted, but I'm sure he heard that and we can look at the laws when they come out. All right, so let's get a productivity update. What else you got for us, Penny?
I think it's the man over here, Oscar. Okay, so as far as the coaching goes, I think a lot of agents may be, intimidated. They want to see how it works. I encourage everybody who hasn't talked to me yet to just get a free strategy session. If nothing else, you're going to get a ton of value, some direction for that. New agents, absolutely, you definitely need it. So name and phone numbers up there. In regards to the squatter thing, there is there's like this little pretend TV that you can get that makes your house look like it's occupied. It's on Amazon. I think it's like $30. And the only reason why I know about this is because I bought one for my dad for Father's Day last year because they RV all the time. And then when they would go out in their Jeep, they were worried about somebody, vandalizing their motorhome. So those are good things besides the timers on the lights that might be helpful for you. And then Mr. Joe and I had an amazing, super fun door knocking class today. And I know door knocking doesn't sound fun, but it's gonna be fun because Joe's there.
Yes, that's right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Tammy. All right, we have
There you
door
go.
knocking class. There we go. 11 to 12, right after the class. So we have to hustle and get through this meeting so we can get that class going. Goalie is, I told you, she's closing a deal for us, so she has 100% rights to not be here. If you need escrow services, need to open an escrow, you can contact her. We also have the contact information at the front desk. We have Clear Mark Title, Jerry Ferris. I know Jerry's on. What, you got anything for us today, Jerry? Okay,
That was on.
that's a no. We'll move on to Oscar. Oscar, what do you have for us, sir?
Good morning, everybody.
Oscar.
A little bit louder. No big quick, boss, just because I have to make sure that I give you your time here. But who was here last week that took pictures? All right, you're getting them today, no later than tomorrow, okay? And hopefully you can show them off and see how good you came out. I know everybody was a little bit skeptical in getting in front of a camera, but everybody's beautiful in their own way. You know, sometimes we have a problem posting something on social media because we think our beard is gray, you know? Our shirt doesn't button, etc.
I forgot to bring your camera.
He forgot to bring my camera. It's okay. But you know, there's a trick real quick. When you take a picture, move forward a little bit like this, like one step. And it takes
Now you tell.
Now you tell us, like.
it takes away your tummy and your chin. Okay, try it. Instead of like this.
What are you saying about my chin? Just take a picture.
Takes away your chin and your tummy. Okay, that's the trick. There's gonna be door knocking today. And why did I want to bring up door knocking if you already brought up? I listened to that podcast, The Millionaire
Oh, yeah.
Real Estate Agent. And today they talked about door knocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, gentleman that door knocks, he's 77 years old. He works 102 days, I believe, or 112 days out of the whole year. And he vacations the rest. Now, I know that might sound a little bit weird, but a 77-year-old still door knocking, still closing transactions, and he highly recommends that that's what we do. So today you're gonna get a training on door knocking by some of the best in the industry. So hopefully you stick around. We have a class that's gonna be coming up for social media next month. I'll be attending the committee, the education committee on Friday to get myself on that calendar. But it's on the 26th of next month. But before that, we're gonna have little incremental trainings for the rookies, I would say, on social media, so that we could get them at least started. It's gonna be Jerry and I, but on the 26th, we're having a big one. So hopefully you put that on your calendar. And that's basically all that I have for today, with the exception of the squatters. I work with a lot of investors. I have flipped properties in the past, and we just buy a Ring alarm and put internet for 2-3 months. It's about $300 a whole system. I actually know how to install them, so if you guys ever need somebody, but you know, you have a $3 million, $2 million home, you can afford a $300 security system. You turn on the internet and you have cameras all over the place, so you're secure. Just a thought. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you. All right, so let's get on to advanced group property inspections for all your inspection needs. She's amazing. Mary Kay, and we have NHD, Kevin Polizzi. He is the sales manager for all your NHD stuff. Westside coaching, we're gonna have on Friday. If you guys want some coaching, we've been getting some really good reviews, really good attendance, so I would love to see you guys there. Education committee meeting, Friday with Tracy Toffey, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Zoom. If you guys have ideas or thoughts about classes in this office, this is the Zoom to come to. We've got pretty good attendance on the last one, so I would love to see everybody there. Let me see now, what do we have? All right, so Sona Gallatin has joined our office, and she has been here for about 30 days. But she is doing a commercial investment network meeting on June 18th, 8 a.m. till 9:40 a.m. We are going to send this out in an email for everybody. I've worked with Sona for years, since 2016. She's a great person, and they have some great things. This is for the Southland Regional Association of Realtors. And if you're not part of that, you can still vote.
Frank, is that The lady that came with her daughter?
No,
No, no, sorry.
no. Monday, the 27th for Memorial Day, we will be closed. You can still get into the building from the outside or from like Equinox or whatever, but. you're just
Yeah, the
not good.
office, the entire office building is closed.
Right, I mean, but they can still get in
I
with the
think
key stuff or whatever, but. New listings, all right, what do we have here? We have. Nilo on Sherman Oaks on Willis for $688,000. David Israeli in Studio City for $8,500. Donati, Cypress, this is land, right?
Yeah.
$210,000, congratulations. Joku, 6,300 in Gramercy. Do we know where that came from, Joe?
That's a past client and the tenant moved out, so we leasing it again.
Past client, love it, love it, love it. Sean. Is that Doheny? Is that how you say that? North Hollywood, $4,000. Vanessa Montiel, 3,500. David Israeli again, 1,950. Sean again for 3,995. Coming soon, we have Chris Mansouri on Bentley, Los Angeles, 2.3 million, I believe. Is that the one he's doing the open house on?
No.
So he's gonna be doing an open house this weekend. He's already got somebody for it. Yep. And then Sandra, 1.4, congratulations. So I know Chris's is Sphere of Influence, and where did this client come from? Sandra,
Influence.
Sphere of
The
Influence?
lawyer that I do business with, I've known him for a long,
So an attorney,
an attorney.
nice, attorneys are a great source of business.
Like probate, and this is not a probate though, it's a trust. No court confirmation, nothing, it's a duplex, it's an awesome place.
Oh, 1.4 duplex, that seems like a deal.
It's like 26 or 2,700 square feet, something like that,
I like it.
on a 6,200 lot. It's the main unit is 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, but it's got a huge den that has a sliding door to the back of the property. You can turn it into a third bedroom actually. The other unit is 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but it's like 750 square, so it's pretty big.
That's like everybody's dream, like live in one and rent out the other and like have no mortgage. That's
And
the
it's side
dream.
to side, and then it's got the garage in the back, a 2-car garage that you can probably turn into a.
Nice. I love it.
Huh?
When I started in real estate in 2003, we talked about like, oh, we're gonna convert the garage and we're gonna do that. And we couldn't do it legally. Like you could not do all these crazy conversions legally. Now you can. You can literally put everything on your lot. It's kind of crazy.
19, I believe, it's the Beverly Center, Mid-Wilshire area. It's actually Beverly Center, Miracle Mile, and it's adjacent to Hancock Park.
That's a
I
great
thought
area.
initially it was Hancock Park, and it's like 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
But
Close
it's
enough.
a beautiful area.
Nice, nice. All right,
Beautiful,
closing.
Beautiful everything.
Closings, we have Shoku closing 4.99 million. Congratulations to Shoku. You know, where the deal came from?
So
4.29 Sphere of Influence. That's
we
crazy.
purchased that a couple of years ago and sold.
Nice. Bobby and Joe, 1.3. Congratulations.
Again, you know what, I've been lucky to be working with a lot of, agents that they do phenomenal, and from day one, Bobby, from day one, he was on top of it, running, going, he got the listing from the Sphere Influence. And then, he was on it all the time, he was proactive, and I love the way he excelled, and he just started real estate, but he was on top of it every step of the way.
And Bobby's one of the ones, he's been here only for a couple of months. I said, go do this. He went and did that and literally came back within 2 to 3 weeks with a deal. Like, it works, it works. Charlotte, 4,092 on Durant in Beverly Hills. We have, all right, market update. Let's talk about this. I thought this was amazing. No metros with falling home prices for the first time since July 2022. That means home prices have not fallen in any of the metropolitan areas in the United States since July of 2022. So where are the deals? Where are the deals? Does anybody know where the deals are?
Bobby and George.
Bobby and Joe took them. Do you want me to tell you where the deals are?
Yes.
Okay, this is where the deals are. You ready? It's 3 letters. Sounds like, no, 3 letters. Can anybody guess what the 3 letters are? This is what the deals are.
Prospect.
MLS.
So when an investor comes to me and goes, I'm looking for a deal, I'm like, would you like me to send you some stuff from the MLS? That's where the deals are.
Yeah, but you'll say no, send me off market properties.
Why would somebody keep a deal off market when everything you put on the market is going for multiple offers and the seller can get tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars more?
Because they've seen what's on the MLS.
Right. And if you buy what's on the MLS, that is a deal because tomorrow, literally, tomorrow, it'll be worth more. You want a deal on the MLS? Go to something that's been on the market for 30 to 45 to 60 days. Then you offer a little bit less. You find out what their motivation is. But if you look at charts, this is what charts look like. And this is the opportunity that I think everybody is probably missing, is that if you look at rental charts, this is the rental chart, this is the home chart, home prices, rent prices. It's the same, it's literally the same graph. I saw the graph and I was like, are you serious? It's the same graph. So if you're renting, your rent's coming up. Anybody know rents ever dropped significantly ever? Anybody in your lifetime selling real estate, 2008 doesn't count because if you bought at the highest point in 2008, you still made money today. Have home prices ever dropped?
In mid-90s when we had all
In the mid 90s.
riots,
Who here has been born after 1990? Raise your hand, like no joke. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of y'all, I know. There's a bunch of, so.
80s baby.
80s, yeah, well, that's a different thing. That's like seller financing and a whole other thing. But my point is that if you're looking for a deal and if you want to buy a property, there's no reason not to buy something out there that's on the MLS because when you go, oh my God, prices, does everybody agree prices are high?
Yes.
There's not one point in history when you were in real estate to where you didn't think that. When I was in real estate, I started in 2003, 2004. I thought prices were high. Interest rate was 7%. Average sale price San Fernando Valley was $350,000. If you got $1 million listing, you were a rock star. Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
And prices were high. 2008, nothing was selling. Short sales were starting to happen. Prices were high. They weren't even half of what they are now. People were freaking out. The deal is in the MLS. And if you cannot get the person you're talking to see that, that's a scripting and objection handling situation that you have to figure out because you have to figure out why is the person buying? Is he trying to flip? Because that's really hard to do. It's possible. I have people doing it. I have investors, but I have an investment property in Woodland Hills that Glenn saw. I had 5 investors back out on it because flipping is really hard right now and they have to be really, really careful with their margins. So it's like you just don't buy anything anymore. But the deal is out there. This house could be easily 1.3 in Woodland Hills. We got it for 900,000.
Is that law that you have to provide within 18 months of your contract, did that go through?
I am not sure. That's a rich question. But I want to get through this because
It did go through, I think it goes into effect in July.
Can you talk about that today as well, please?
at 4.
Absolutely.
All right, so we have 3 problems. Does anybody know what the 3 problems are in real estate right now?
Scarcity.
Inventory. Great answer. Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Would everybody agree that's our number 1 problem?
Yes.
What's our number 2 problem? What is it?
Interest rate.
I would say that's number 3.
That's not part of the 3?
No, because I'll tell you the one that I'm seeing across the board is insurance.
Yes.
Insurance. Now, number 1 and number 2 and number 3. Number 1 is a distant number 1 from number 2, right? And I wouldn't even say number 3 rates are like that big of a deal. Like I get it, but they've been higher and homes are still selling. If we had homes, they would sell 100%. Like if we had twice the amount of homes that we have today on the market, they'd all sell like tomorrow. So inventory is by far the biggest thing. So Inventory leads to lack of opportunity, which keeps homes overpriced. But we are going in the right direction. So we are starting to see inventory slowly build. How do you get your unfair share of the business? Which means more than what you're getting now. How do you do that? I'm going to tell you. You build rapport, you build trust, and you understand customer needs. You overcome objections, address customer concerns and doubts, create value, highlight how a product or a service meets customers' needs. And I'll give, when you say what's a product that meets customers' needs, like a loan product. That's why you have Rocket Mortgage here. Like you don't have there is not a better lending opportunity or partner that you can have besides Rocket. They are the number one in the nation and they have more resources than everybody else. Other thing, there's other products, and I'll give you an example. When we took this listing in Saugus, we walked through and we noticed the little spackle thing on the ceiling where we're like, what's that about? And they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Do you have somebody to fix it for me? We're like, yes. We called 4 handymen on the way home, found somebody, gave him a bid that day, and we worked it out. And now he's like really super happy. So that's like products and service and understanding the value and how your clients need them. This is the most important thing. And this is why you are not getting business and you're not going to get business and you might. Fine. I just want to get in the conversation, help her close a deal. So I follow a lot of Facebook groups on realtors and real estate agents and so on and so forth. And this is a common theme that I see. And the common theme is my best friend just used another real estate agent. I think it's time for me to get out of the business. Or where do I get leads because my friend just used another real estate agent? Has anybody had that happen to them or seen that happen? Anybody? Yeah, it happens, right? It does happen. Why does that happen?
Not in touch with them.
Because they don't want a deal to go sell and mutual friendship.
So I don't believe that one, Glenn, and I'll tell you why. We misjudge relationships. We think the relationship is stronger than it actually is. And we don't understand what that person's thinking. And why don't we understand what that person's thinking? Because we're not talking to them enough. We're not having the right conversations with them. We're not in a deep relationship with people. Like if your mom is going to go buy a house and you're a real estate agent, you know what? She's not going to go use another agent without talking to you. Why is that? Because you're in a deep relationship. It's your mom, right? You don't get much closer than that. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and they go use another real estate agent, you misjudge that relationship because you are not in that relationship deep enough. Whatever you thought, oh, they knew I was in real estate. That doesn't matter. Because if they did and they thought something different, they would have either talked to you and said, I think we're too close. I've had family members go, hey, we're too close. Because they value the relationship and they know that if they go use somebody else, they're going to piss me off. If somebody you know went and used another real estate agent and didn't say nothing to you, they can give a crap. Right? Right? So the funny part is that this happens all the time. And the way you stop it from happening is that you have to start talking to people and having conversations with people and asking them questions about themselves. Like, how are you doing? What are you doing? Like, follow them on Facebook, follow them on social media and figure out where are they at in their life, because they're going to only buy and sell when they like get a job, lose a job, have a baby, get divorced, get married, somebody passes away. There's reasons. You just have to figure out where that reason is and get super deep in that relationship. And that means talking to them more than 4 times a year on the phone. Yes, you can email them. Yes, you can text them. Yes, you can do all those things. But if you don't have a real conversation with your people, then there's a good chance they're not your people. You just think they are. And then when they go use somebody else, you get mad. But you shouldn't get mad at them using somebody else. You should get mad because you didn't do the follow-up that you needed to do and get into the relationship you needed to have with that person. Everybody's going to be different. I recommend talking to everybody once a month. Call them up. How are you doing? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Because if you talk to somebody 4 times a year, that's a salesy situation. You're calling them in a salesy type of manner 4 times a year. If you call them every month and you just check on them, how are you doing? Glenn, how's your back?
Like, very good.
Not very good. Why? Like, what's going on? I'm not gonna talk to him about real estate. Because I know he knows I care because I call to check on him every day, all the time, to see how he's doing. So what are the 3 things that we can do? We're gonna wrap this up right now. 3 things we can do in the next 30 days to deepen our relationships with people and get leads. I want some ideas. What are 3 things? Yes.
So clear, huh?
Go to their, and that's how you got your business. You literally went to people's houses like, hey, check on them. Absolutely. Pop by gifts. You can pop by and give somebody a market report, give somebody a candle, give somebody a teddy bear, give somebody anything you want. Chocolate covered strawberries. Glenn showed up to my, Glenn showed, let me tell you, this is a master class in class. I had 5 showings on a property on Mother's Day and, oh, not on Mother's Day, on Friday. And Glenn's client wanted to come see it. Glenn's client couldn't make it. Glenn made an appointment. Glenn still showed up and brought chocolate covered strawberries.
Nice.
Come on.
Right, Trace.
For Tracy, I showed up. I got them. I ate them on the way home. Tracy didn't even see them. I didn't even know. Oh, she got them. So call them, door knock them. That's one way. What's another way? 2 more ways to deepen our relationships with people we know. What else can we do?
Oh,
What?
send them birthday cards.
Send them birthday cards. Birthday cards. Every month you should jump on Facebook, jump in your contacts and find out whose birthday is it today and personally call them. And if you want a little hack on this, call them the day before. Say, hey, I know you're gonna get blown up on Facebook and everybody wishing you happy birthday. I just want to say happy birthday tomorrow. I hope you have a fantastic day. When's a good time for us to get coffee? They'll be like, holy crap. Because you know who does that? Nobody does that. That'll make you stand out. One more thing you can do. They invite you to the dinner, go to the dinner. Did you invite me to a dinner I didn't go to?
Yeah.
Knew it. All right, well, you got one?
Yeah, so the other thing you could do is, I mean, every month there's a time of year you can ask them what they're doing. So
Yeah.
if you're calling this week, you can ask them what their Memorial Day plans are.
Yeah.
If you're next week, ask them what their summer plans are. And if you want to take it a step further and you'd love to travel, find a great travel deal. I mean, hello, you don't have to be 100% realtor all the time. We
Yeah.
take a ton of cruises and my cruise guys all weekend. Tammy, you want to go on a cruise this weekend? I just found an outdoor balcony, so those are always great ways to just get the conversation going. And guess what? They're going to tell their other people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we just got back from a cruise. You know who I found it from? My realtor.
Yeah.
I know, I don't know why that's on me,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
Joe?
Feedback on the birthday, it's not only their birthday, if they have a kid or anniversary,
100%.
anything, any reason, so it does not have to stop only at them, it even could be their kid's birthday or whatever else. If you see that on Facebook, they posted the graduation of the kids, just call them and say, hey.
So I'm gonna give everybody a really quick hack to talk to everybody in your database today. Everybody. You call them and you say, hey, I'm calling everybody that I know because I'm not sure who was in the military and who did military service or not, but Memorial Day is coming up. And I would love to know if you have anybody that's had military service.
And if they say yes,
Yes,
then
why?
what, can I get his number?
No,
Or just.
so you be that person. Is there anybody that in your family or, that you're connected to that's been in military, has military service?
Yeah, my father-in-law, but he's dead.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Well, so tell me, no, hold on. So tell me about your father-in-law. What branch of service was he in?
He was a lieutenant colonel. He was a pilot, World War II pilot.
Oh my God, so this is the part, you start asking questions, get interested. Ask questions, don't talk about real estate. And just say, hey, when did he pass away? What did he pass away from? Like, did he win any medals? Like, just be real.
How the family is doing, you keep on asking, and then you tell them, what with the VA, you can get 100% loan. So,
No, what you can do is you can say, hey, because he was was he in the military, did he ever use his VA loan? Do you know if he ever used his VA loan? You can ask that question. But that is the thing you can do. Start calling everybody right now for Memorial Day because it's going to show that you care. And that is a really, really big deal. All right, let's wrap this up. Needs and wants. Yes,
Comment on
absolutely.
on the previous screen?
Yes.
Just real quick. Insurance right now is actually killing some deals, so
Guys.
insurance is killing some deals right now, so actually, when you find property, you might wanna find out what the insurance premium is. Actually, it's probably sometimes even more than if you get a higher rate, so if you get like 7 instead of 7.5, the insurance premium just skyrockets, sometimes it's 3,000, 2,000.
Yep.
So, and then sometimes it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get from the fair plan, because certain areas are not being insured by
I said the
carriers
Palisades is one of them.
by carriers here in California, so don't just shop for the rate, or your buyers don't just shop for the rate, shop for the fire insurance right now. That's my advice.
All right, needs and wants, we gotta get out of here.
We have an agent that's hosting an open house this weekend. She would like to borrow open house signs if possible.
Oh, yes, somebody took my open house signs.
That wasn't me.
It wasn't me. All right, needs and wants before we wrap everything up. Yes.
I need my signs, by the way.
I got a call over the weekend from Sam and Dominique, and they are looking for fixer uppers. So if
Okay.
anyone has any
Who is
fixer
it?
uppers.
Who's Sam and Dominique?
San Bernardino, Riverside in Los Angeles County.
Who's Sam and Dominique?
And I can give you their number.
Oh, okay,
They didn't say the company they were from.
okay.
They're looking for off market.
I would say
Yes.
that if you have any fixers anywhere, please contact me.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, anybody else, needs and wants, going once, going twice, stay for the door knocking class, it's gonna be amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Thank you.